I'm going to show you some real life videos of end of life agitation. It's the one symptom I most frequently put people on continuous care for. Continuous care is when they have a nurse 24 hours a day because we can't manage a symptom. The people I'm about to show with real life terminal agitation are not my patients. These videos were given to me by followers of mine. I've been given written and verbal permission to share for educational purposes only. This first video is pretty mild. I'm going to show a more extreme version in a second, but that is a very mild version of what terminal agitation can start out looking like. Someone laying in bed who's not fully with it, and they try to get up or sit up or move, and they keep doing that over and over and over again. Now, what I just showed you isn't that big of a problem if she just did that once. Now, if she kept doing that over and over and over again, I would want to do something about that because she's likely uncomfortable or something's going on. Another really difficult thing with terminal agitation is that you can't really comfort them verbally. You can't be like, hey, it's the middle of the night, don't try to get out of bed, or it's not safe to get out of bed, or what do you need? Why do you keep moving in bed? There's no talking to them. They can't tell you what they need or want because they're not cognitively with it. Next video is a more extreme version of terminal agitation. Here's the video. Okay, I wanted to keep that video short because it's a lot to watch, but that went on and on and on. And the family told me that, they would say, are you in pain? And the person would say no, but they couldn't say what was wrong, super agitated in bed, throwing themselves up in bed, making that awful noise like they were in pain, but they were saying they weren't. They were inconsolable. That is an extreme version of terminal agitation. And with those patients, we really need to be aggressive about trying to give medications to help them not be so agitated. This would be a good example of when to start continuous care. If you've already tried X, Y, and Z medication and nothing is working, we would start continuous care, basically to have a nurse there 24/7 so we can make sure we get control of that agitation as soon as possible. I can make a whole separate video about why this happens. Long story short, we don't necessarily always know why. A lot of it is determined by the person's age, the person's disease, the person's personality. There's a bunch of things that go into it. And of course, we do look into things like, are they in pain? Do they have to poop? Do they have to pee? Is there something wrong? We do try to look into that first before we just heavily medicate.